sweeping the globe to bring you the constant variety of sport.
The man is incredible.
The thrill of victory.
Absolutely the best.
And the agony of defeat.
Look at him go! Oh, baby.
This is ABC's Wide World of Sports.
Some men see things as they are and say why.
The Daily Word.
I dream things that never were and say why not.
It's come time to draw the line and then cross it. It's time to draw outside that cross line, then dance around where it intersects. Every overstepped boundary results in the shape of an X.
Matt Hoffman. Dave Mirra, playfully shattering all bounds of reason. Mike Stuntford.
Cool town, isn't it a pity? All my competition is dust in the city, San Fran. I'm on my way, summer California, nothing more to say.
Quite ironically, the experts are the kids at home who aren't advised to try it, but create your own shape and execute tricks inside it.
Eric Costin. Rodeo Beoajo unleash their contorted creations. Skateboard Park.
Extraordinary, exclusive, extremely exquisite, extraordinary X.
In stereo.
You are the gladiator of the games. A 20-inch bike, your weapon. The walls of the vert, your domain. The X Infusion has reached its max as the pier along the San Francisco Bay braces for one last day. Muscle in for prime position around the vert ramp, the center for extreme mayhem. The absolute rulers of the sport are here. At the core, the Condor. Matt Hoffman. No one flies higher. The Miracle Man, Dave Mirra, executes from every inch of the ramp. And Jamie Bestwick, an opposite air master, showing off the best riding of his career. They are the major players sitting 1, 2, 3 as we hit the finals. Hi everyone, I'm Susie Colber. Welcome to day 8 of the X Games, one final stomp on the Embarcadero here in San Francisco. On board, Skateboard Park and Bike Stunt Vert, the event that takes your breath away. Why have so few riders been able to break into the hardcore world of vert? Because it demands total dedication, absolute fearlessness, and a willingness to break bones. The crowd knows this is serious stuff. The riders are totally committed to the program. Jim Coleman, what's the energy like down in the trenches?
It's nothing but high energy, Susie. We've got 10 guys who are ready to throw down their best moves for these fans. Bike Stunt Vert Final coming up. Well, the clouds have gone and the sun is shining. The bleachers are packed with rowdy fans. We are ready to get this Vert Final underway. Up on deck, ready to roll in. It is none other than the Canadian beast, Jay Mirra. Everyone in this crowd knows he's capable of a wild trick that no one else can do.
There it is, the 540 tail-up. He's the inventor of this move and the only guy to ever pull it off. The Canadian beast is a legend in our sport for moves like that. He's always 120%. Ready to throw it down here this afternoon.
The big question right now with everybody in those bleachers, will we see the 540 tail whip?
We already know Jay's coming off a couple of big injuries this summer. Not riding like normal Jay in prelim, but lighting it up right there. A huge 540 right out of the gate to tail whip. That's the Mirra you know and love. Truly is one of the legends in our sport, has invented so many tricks. Oh! A huge boomerang air. That must have been 6 feet out. I've never seen one that high.
He's calling timeout right there. What if he blew his back tire?
Definitely, you've seen him move his seat right there.
Oh, yeah.
And check this out, the highest boomerang air I've ever seen. Hardly ever see it in the middle of your run. It's such a chancy trick to throw. Mirra gambling big time, but he's the kind of guy that can pull that stuff off.
All right, everything's fixed. He's ready to keep on riding. He's still got a good 37 seconds left on the clock. Plenty of time to make something happen here.
And Miron can do it. Landed a little low, slipping a pedal. He's got plenty of time on the clock to throw in what he needs to, though. There you go. Over the channel with a nose wheelie. Incredible move. Very high in the technical difficulty area of the judges' scoring.
Yeah!
Huge. Another very technical move. The backwards nose wheelie coming in clean. Both those moves derived from the flatland skill Jay has. This guy's got so much bike skill, it's ridiculous. Nice tail to finish it off. Big run for Jay. This is why Jay is considered one of the best bicycle riders to ever perform on a BMX machine. The nose wheelie all the way across from transferring over the channel, and the backwards nose wheelie. Jay competes in pro flatland some of the time. He can ride dirt, vert, street, park, and this is some of the stuff that makes him such a good rider. And here, right at the end, the huge tail whip, landing a clean little extended one-footer for some extra points. Jay is on.
Starting his run off with a bang, has a fall halfway through, but comes back nicely, recovering right into first place. Here's how it works in the finals. We've narrowed it down to 10 riders. You get 2 60-second runs. Your score is the average of those 2 runs using a 100-point scale.
I work hard and play hard. That's all I ever plan on doing, just riding forever. I don't do nude shots. You're not gonna see DMC exposed. Keep the clothes on, fellas.
Well, he's fully clothed and he's fully padded up right now, and he's ready to ride. DMC, he's got some knee problems. He's having some surgery right after this event. Didn't seem to bother him in the prelims.
Not at all. Torn ACL or not, Dennis is going for it today.
2 huge errors to start it off with.
Yeah, using that roll in, coming in with tons of speed, and a big 540 to start it off, landing a little bit low, maintaining quite a bit of speed. Yeah, a little look down over the channel. Yeah, nice bar spin alley-oop.
Landed a little bit low there. Doesn't seem to be a problem. Well, popping out, gonna regroup right now.
Uh-oh, Dennis can throw some big stuff down. He can pull 900s. You know he can do flares. Truck drivers, he's got a bunch of big moves. Uh-oh, he wants to switch bikes.
Wait a minute. The thing about Dennis, he brings 2 bikes to every event.
Ooh, man, he's taking a lot of time. I know he's setting up for something big. He's just letting the clock run down.
This is the time when you have to watch and you get a little bit nervous because you never know what these guys are going to do.
Well, this guy can focus. He's thinking about it. He's dropping in. Kind of holding my breath here, D.
Oh, boy. Couple of big setup airs right here.
Bar spin back. Yeah, a little slide. And another bar spin.
There it is. Flare. Oh, lands low, gets pitched over the bars.
Just a little over rotation on that, landing a little outside the spin.
Super Chicago bars.
Here's the flare, usually textbook for DMC. Land a little outside the spin. You can see just landing hard and his bars slipped, having to fall off the bike. I think that's really caused him to go down. Watch his handlebars. Right there, moved forward on the landing, just got too much weight forward and goes down.
Not really a great run for Dennis, but could be worse. He's currently sitting in second place. He's got 1 more shot. More bike stunt vert finals action still to come with names like Hoffman and the Miracle Man, Dave Mira, and our first place qualifier, Jamie Beswick. But right now we send you over to the skateboard park final.
Welcome to the pier for the skateboarding park final here in San Francisco. Let me introduce you to some of the favorites. We've got Andy McDonald. If you don't know him by now, well, I feel sorry for you. 1999 World Cup skateboarding points champion, Pat Chinita, and this guy, defending champion park last year, Chris Sen. Tony Hawk. the most recognizable man in skateboarding, who will be giving you a breakdown of the park.
I think most guys will be starting right here because this is the highest point of the whole course. So you don't have to worry about gaining speed right off the bat. And then a lot of guys are hitting this bank to deck, a little gap in it.
Got to get nuts if
Come around here, maybe hit this handrail. And you can see a lot of flip tricks right here on the bank. This is pretty much the hardcore street area right here. Everything's wedged, no trannies, rails, ledges. Then when you move over to that area, it gets more vert. I don't think they're going to be really counting that area too much. If you don't hit it, like, it's not really going to matter. The guys that do hit it, it'll be fine, but most of the hardcore street guys are going to stay right here.
Our 23 competitors will have 60 seconds. The best of their 2 runs is going to get it done, judged on a 100-point scale. Our judges looking for progression, creativity, style, and difficulty. That being said, let's get down to the competition, which is already in progress. Up now, Rob Dyrdek out of San Diego, California. Rob made it into the X Games because of an injury withdrawal from another competitor, but I will tell you this, he is more than capable of winning because we've seen all sorts of things from him all year. Rob been in the game for like 10 years, one of the most innovative, progressive technical skateboarders on the planet right now.
Yeah, there's no question Rob is known as one of the top guys in the sport, and yet a competitive victory has eluded him, and I spoke with him earlier, and he is very passionate about doing well in this X Games competition. Nice kickflip up the step-up ramp there. He's putting in a very solid run. He could do it here with this run. Excellent use of the whole course, frontside board sliding, that flat bar in the middle.
And really flowing, it seems like, just flowing from obstacle to obstacle. He's obviously had his line mapped out all day. Cab nose grind right there.
And the thing that the judges look for, Sal, is they look for how Rob is flowing through the course. He's maintaining his speed, and yet he's still doing difficult technical tricks on the obstacles.
Woo!
Nice nose grind over the flat bar rail.
That was a hot run, especially this early in the grouping.
Yeah, that really sets the standard. That right there is the benchmark for our competitive standard here. Take a look at that nose grind, just locking in on his front truck and grinding across the entire obstacle.
For Rob Dyrdek, who's trying to dip a medal in platinum, he's in first for now. There was some great action that took place within earlier runs as well. Let's take a look at Willie Santos right here.
Willie's out of San Diego, California, and he's one of the veterans out here. He's one of the top street skaters, very technical skateboarder. Carlos de Andrade from Brazil.
Big floating frontside
very
ollie
solid
right there.
first run. Really, really lighting the course on fire. And Kerry Getz out of the East Coast. Kerry is another one of those real technical skaters, and he had a very solid run as well.
Look at that sub-box ollie right there. Chris Sen, we expected this course to be something that he could really attack, but the flow just wasn't there.
Now, Chris Sen having a little bit of problems today. Again, on his first run, just kind of not keeping it together. Pat Shanita, another guy that we've seen have tremendous competitive success this year. He put in a decent run. He had a few good highlights, but just wasn't quite able to keep it together. Andy McDonald, another person who is probably the best competitor out here as far as just a pure competition skateboarder, also having some problems.
Eric Costin is one of the best skateboarders on the earth that you might not have ever heard of, but within skateboarding, he is revered as one of the best skaters on the planet. Check that frontside 50-50 on the rail to get things started.
Eric's kind of known as what you'd say is he's got a lot of natural talent. He just is he's a real graceful guy. He does very technical tricks. He flows throughout the course. And you notice Eric always maintaining his speed while doing very difficult tricks. That right there was a switch tail slide out to forward. Came into that backwards, slid on his nose, and came out forward. Nice backside tail slide over the hip up onto that ledge. And take a look at the way Costin just flows through the whole course, hitting each obstacle as he goes along, maintaining his speed and smoothness. His style is really what he's known for.
Nice 50-50 across and down.
Making the hard stuff look easy is what Eric's
telling you,
known
this
for.
kid's style is so good that it hurts my feelings. Oh,
wow.
my gosh!
Kickflip nose slide on the big ledge.
And did you
down
see
in
the way his
part of the
nose
course.
kind of even hung up there? But he's got that board control that allows him to just pretty much make anything. Wow.
That was a great, great run. Amazing, just everything in control and smooth. You notice he worked the entire course. He worked the upper, more technical part. Another look right here at that switch tail slide, coming out forward. Just so smooth, so well executed. And here's a look at that kickflip nose slide. He sticks a little bit, but he makes it anyway, and that is called board control.
Most definitely. This guy is on fire, coming off a win in Europe, first place at Gravity. He's trying to three-peat right now. We'll see what the judges have to say.
The judges, a 93.5. That puts him in first place, Sal.
Breaking the 90 barrier. Eric Kostin in first. Rob Dyrdek and Carlos de Andrade tied for second. With Kostin breaking that 90 barrier, is anyone going to be able to catch him, especially the way he's skating? You're going to have to stick around to find out. It's only going to get hot.
Y'all gon' make me lose my mind. Up in here, up in here. Y'all gon' make me go all out. Up in here, up in here.
The event chiropractors have been waiting for. Mira. Miron, the bike stunt vert final.
Fun, thrills, amazement, complete enjoyment.
Y'all gon' make me act a fool. Up in here,
Welcome back to Bike Stunt Vert Final, continuing here with run number 1. One of my personal favorites, John Parker. This guy can get it on in a hurry. Typically in the past, he's had some problems with consistency. This year, he's been on his game. He's got some big tricks.
John's got all the ingredients it takes to win one of the big comps, but just hasn't quite put the runs together to do it. Pretty nice runs in the preliminary rounds. Little upset over the channel. Can go big, got some of the biggest moves in the sport. Yeah, nice little tomahawk air, swinging it all the way around and getting his feet back on. And the tail whip. Keeping it going, John, pumping up, getting his speed back up, his height back up. You really need a lot of height to pull some of the bigger variations. Got to get that time to pull them up.
Yeah, nice 540, landed good.
Yeah,
another one.
Little alley-oop 540, more difficult than the regular. Nice run for John Parker. Keeping it going, last few seconds of his run, wanting to get something in right here. No holding back in the finals, yeah! Going for the double tail whip, but not quite able to hang on to it. He was close to getting that one all the way around. And watch for the double tail whip, 2 rotations, there's 1 and 2, watch his feet. Couldn't quite get him back onto the pedals and he falls off the back. Watch his pedals closely. This is the key to this move, getting your feet to find them, and just slips off and can't hang on. 2 rotations, one of the most difficult tricks to pull off. John just so close.
He usually has those pretty consistent. Currently sitting in second place right now. Look for John to try to double whip one more time. Simon Tabron's wife Pippa and his mother Denise in the crowd cheering him on. His mom has not seen him compete in over 10 years. He's podiumed the last 2 years in a row. Can he do it a third? Simon Tabron capable of throwing out the 900.
Absolutely, Simon can get it on. He's all about the vert. This guy's got an awesome vert style, starting off with a big invert over the channel. Bar spin, grab bar spin. 2 bar spins right there, barely enough time to finish it off. Yeah, Simon, no reason to hold anything back in the finals. This is our Super Bowl, biggest event of the year. The guys go for it every time. Getting some speed here. Nice no-handed 5. Landed right where he wants to at the top of the ramp. Straight into a bar spin. Back-to-back moves. That was a huge one.
His back tire was right under the coping. I mean, you got the maximum amount of speed you could possibly get out of that.
It's so close. These guys know exactly where they're going to land. Gutsy move to land that.
Oh, man.
And the 900 going down.
Looked like he landed a little too low in the transition there.
Simon usually getting in a couple of bigger pump airs before he tries the 9. Didn't look like he had the amount of speed he wanted to.
Almost looked like the rotation was a little slower than normal as well.
Yeah, just didn't get the pull.
Looks a little concerned, but obviously happy that he's walking away.
Here he comes, the 900. I don't think he had the speed he wanted to pull this one off. Usually goes a little bit higher, just a little short on the transition. And here we go. Watch his hand, slips off on the landing and freeze right there. You can see his hand come off the bars, just landing a little bit low and comes off, but he is okay. Not the worst crash we've seen.
Mom and wife don't like to see that, obviously, but still happy, like I said, that he's walking away. Not a bad run for Simon, though. He's currently bumped himself up to first place. Well, don't go anywhere. We've got more Bike Stunt Vert Finals coming up. Our top 3 qualifiers, the Condor, the Miracle Man, and he's going to be battling out, trying to catch up with first place qualifier, Jamie Bestwick.
Keith Allen, folks. My name is Kid Williams, along with Keith Allen. We're a couple of Orlando.
Bike.
Stunt.
Welcome back to the pier. More Bike Stunt Vert Final. Right now, Tabron, Robinson, and Parker sitting in first through third, respectively. But we've still got our top 3 qualifiers still to ride. The Condor, Matt Hoffman. This guy's having a good year. Seems to be in good health, but it hasn't always been that way.
This is the price you pay for pushing the sport for 17 years. Yeah, he's had quite a few surgeries all over his body. Shoulders, knees, got his spleen removed, had 2 knee surgeries in '99 and 1 right before that in '98. And you can see all the chances he's taken, all of it adds up. And you can add another concussion to that, had a mild concussion right in practice before the prelims. He's up and okay and ready to rock the house this afternoon.
He's definitely in full form right now. I was watching him in practice today. He is ready to rip it up.
Man, you can just see the focus in his eyes up there on the roll-in.
You see how high that was?
Huge air from Matt, landing a little bit low, but this guy's got such a good technique pumping the ramp. He can just fire right back up, way up again around 7 feet.
The only guy here in the vert competition doing this with absolutely no brakes. Says he does that to help out with his confidence.
So many technical moves. Again, he invented so many tricks. Yeah, and another big one right there. Just learned that this summer. The peg grab no footer. I can't even imagine how he pulls that one off. Yeah, little bar spin and no footer. So much difficulty jam-packed in his runs. It's hard to keep up with it.
He just did like 540. He just did like 6 or 7 variations in a row. There wasn't one blank wall in that whole set.
No, and they're all just top game moves too. It doesn't get much harder than that. For the double tail, but couldn't hang on, landing a little bit low. Big time run for the Condor. Matt has always got the difficulty points. Going for the double tail at the end of his run. Watch his hands, not able to hang on. Left hand slips off and just has to eject. And right here, here's some tech. Rocket, bar spin to bar spin back. 3 difficult moves into a no footer. That's 4 moves for the Condor. And right here, Condor Original, just learned it this summer. The peg grab no footer. Unbelievably difficult moves for the Condor.
The Condor giving these fans what they want. Multiple variations back to back. Currently sitting in first place. These aerial pictures are courtesy of the Goodyear Blimp Eagle based in Carson, California. Goodyear recently increased its blimp fleet to 7, adding 2 airships in Europe, 1 in South America, and 1 in Australia.
Dave Mirra up next. He was quoted as saying he'll never get serious when he's riding his bike, but this is some serious awareness of your handlebars. Missing on the double bar spin grab right there, watch his hand, but having the awareness to catch it on the 180 bar spin out, coming out and pulling it off clean.
Well, if the way he's been riding lately is considered not being serious, I'd hate to see this guy when he's trying. The Miracle Man, capable of just about anything.
Yeah, huge air from Dave right out of the gate, coming off the rolling. Big X down opposite air. Little grab to low cash, extra style points right there. Mirra has been on in the vert ramp. Yeah, nice big 540. Right again. Just what he did in the prelims, going with a 2.5 on accident. Meant to throw a double right there.
Do you think maybe that he was trying to do the 3?
No, I don't think so. I think he's got his runs planned out, went for the double, and just didn't grab it again.
Look at the size of that tail whip over the channel.
Golly, Dave is so incredible. Such an instinctual rider. Doesn't bother him a bit. He messed up, just keeps it going. Bar spins it back, and there's the rest of his run.
I mean, the fact that he messed up and he just keeps on cruising like it didn't even faze him.
He's got such focus, such confidence. Yeah, there you go. One-hander, one-footer to the other one-hander. Going opposite in the big tail whip. Mira is on fire once again in San Francisco. Man, that was a huge run.
And he's not quitting. Man, oh man. Back-to-back flares.
After the buzzer, the judges aren't going to be able to count that, but Mira is psyched.
How do you get speed out of one of those to do another one? It amazes me.
All right, this is exactly what he did in the prelims yesterday, going for the double bar spin and missing the grab, going 2.5. He stays on, he's got his bars backwards, and spins them back, gets into the rest of his run, and a giant tail whip over the channel. Judges like to see use of the entire ramp. And right here, back-to-back flares. Here's the first one, landing high in the transition with tons of speed, going straight into the second one, pulling both off. Mira, an incredible run once again.
You know, I'm pretty much speechless after this run, but I don't have to say anything because the score says it all right there. Miracle Man sitting up on top. Currently our first place qualifier says he's been holding back. He's got a couple of things he's going to throw down here in the final. Married this past October, Jamie and his wife Carrie moved over here to the States, now living in Pennsylvania so he could train at the Woodward camp.
Jamie ready to rock and roll, coming on strong the past couple of years. Been one of the world's best vert riders for a long, long time. Look for him to use the entire ramp and get it started in a hurry. Big no-hander right out of the gate. Yeah, huge double bar spin in the corner, straight back to the other side of the ramp. Carving up the ramp, both directions. Nice peg grab alley-oop. Straight over the channel, not getting lost at all. Yeah, there you go. Double move coming in straight vertical.
Super smooth style, using every single inch of this ramp.
Yeah, halfway through his run, this guy's already thrown down a bunch of variations. Little X-up rocket. Oh!
540!
Huge run. I've never seen that trick done before. The alley-oop no-handed 540. Bestwick pulling it clean. Straight
there we go.
with the flare.
Oh, back to back.
That's why you want to qualify in first position. You can see what everybody else has done and one-up it. Man.
What's up now?
Oh my gosh, huge run for Jamie. Got a new technique on his flares, little barrel roll action going on. Very consistent style with the back-to-back flare straight into the tail whip right at the end, and he gets it all in before the buzzer. Man, incredible for Jamie Bestwick. And this is beautiful. The no-handed alley-oop 540. I've never seen it done before. Jamie doing it all in his run and using the entire section of the ramp. Little alley-oop peg grab back and forth across the entire surface. This guy's all over the place. Huge run.
The crowd loves it, and so does his wife. Look at Carrie. She's going nuts right now. Man, once again, I'm speechless. He has just come out and just up the ante right now, sitting atop first place. We'll have to run one of the finals. Dave Mira coming out and blowing the bar right off the scale, and then Jamie Bestwick comes out and ups him by one notch. We've got Lee Ramsdale up on the deck with a few words from Jamie.
You're just going crazy, man.
Yeah, you know, this contest is all about Dave Mira, and people forget that there's 9 other people on the ramp, and we're all battling out. We all do super hard tricks, and I just stepped up, sick of falling off. So I've been riding with my boy Robinson. I love him to death. He's taught me a lot about myself, and Rob Ashinsky has really got me up here mentally, and I'm loving life. I may not win the gold, but I'm dropping bombs today.
Yeah, you sure are. And we'll be right back with round 2.
Stepping far outside the realm of conformity. The best tricks of the games. Coming up.
How it's going to be.
The X Games will return after this message and a word from our ABC stations. You're watching the X Games on ABC's Wide World of Sports.
Got a lot of static.
Welcome back to the pier for our skateboarding park final. And up until now, it has been about Eric Koston, who's trying to go for 3 contests in a row. This guy, who many consider to be one of the best skateboarders on the planet, showing us why. Style and progression, he is the man to beat right now. Our leaderboard looks like this. Eric Koston in first with Rob Dyrdek and Carlos de Andrade, who are tied for second. Moving into round 2, though, Kane Gale out of San Diego coming through and dropping bombs.
Kane coming through with a super solid run. Nice tricks, very technical street tricks, and very progressive.
With that, moved into second, crowd loving it. Tony Hawk's going to tell us about progression in skateboard park.
The tricks these guys are doing in their runs, I mean, it just shows how far skating's evolved over the last few years. Even like 10 years ago, just to do a kickflip was risky. I mean, guys would only make once in a while, and they definitely wouldn't put it in their run. And now we're seeing these guys doing kickflips all over. That's just a standard trick to get over something. And then tricks like crooked grinds, frontside board slides, those are all stuff that were just, people just wanted to do once in a while back then. Now they're doing kickflip into crooked grind, kickflip into frontside board slides in their contest routines. So for them to be doing that now, I mean, it's going to get crazier. Who knows where it's going to go?
Our cable cam coverage brought to you by Circuit City, proud to be an official sponsor of the X Games. Circuit City, imagine that. All right, we've paid the bills. Kerry Getz is up in his second run. Some people call him Kerry Getz, the East Coast version of Eric Koston.
And they call him Nuts Out for his natural talent, his ability to flow. He's a really smooth skater. He's real technical. It's just kind of that same good style. One of the differences when you're watching Kerry skate, you'll notice Kerry kind of does trick to trick to trick, and he'll do a trick on every obstacle that he encounters. Now, he also, though, is moving somewhat slower than what we saw from Koston. That would be the only flaw, really, in his style here so far.
Kerry Getz kind of taking his time, picking apart the course, you'd say.
As far as technically, I would say Kerry is almost the most technical skater we've seen so far. Great flipping tricks and doing a technical trick on every single obstacle that he hits. The only difference that I've seen, maybe compared to Koston, is just the amount of speed he's holding through the line.
Right, that big kickflip to flat and getting him through to this lower portion, and now on top of the sub box.
He's going for it. A huge ollie off the top of the sub box. A great way to finish off the run for Kerry Getz. That was an excellent run.
That is going to bump him up right there for sure.
We'll have to see what the judges say and whether he can overtake Eric Koston with that run. Throwing his board out to the crowd. The fans are loving it.
And I see right there the judges have given Kerry Getz a 90.25, moving him into second. Let's look at the replay right here.
Take a look at this big drop that Kerry took. That's sizable, Sal.
He is with Jason Ellis right now.
Okay, Kerry, you are sitting in second. You got to be pretty stoked with that one, right?
Oh, I'm so excited, man. I fell on the first run on that one easy trick, and I was so bummed. And I was kind of sketched, like I was scared coming out in the second one, but I knew I had to stay on the whole entire thing to like place in the top 5.
So was there a little bit of pressure when you had that second ride coming up?
Oh yeah, it was a lot of pressure, man. Like I get so nervous and stuff because I really like being at contests, but you get so nervous. You know, you see everybody do so well.
Well, overcoming the nerves, bumping him up. This kid right here, Rodil de Arajo Jr. from Brazil, won street in 1996, and we don't see a lot of him here in the States. He competes internationally a lot more, but when he does come here, he usually does big things.
He's a very, very technical skater. You're going to see an action-packed run full of tricks here. He's got that speed that the judges like to see, and he also has the technicality with his tricks. And similar to Kerry Getz, you'll notice he's doing a trick on every obstacle.
He's done like 6 tricks just right off the bat. Boom. Frontside lip slide to fakie.
A nice switch kickflip on the bank.
You see from a lot of the Brazilians that technical, it seems like a discipline that where a lot of people might.
Oh, that step off's going to hurt him. It's been a very, very good run so far, almost one of the best runs we've seen.
And you rarely ever see him or any of the Brazilians bail a kickflip. Look at him right there.
Nice flip down from the upper part of the course down to the lower. He's moving into that bigger section of the course.
And what is this?
He's got something for us off of that big sub box.
Kerry gets getting it started. Rodil de Araújo Jr. What is he going to do?
Oh, kickflip grab.
Frontside
on the
grab.
box. One-upping Kerry Getz right there. Take a look at that 360 flip and check out the kickflip frontside grab down that big gap.
Unbelievable.
The judges thought that big technical trick was enough to edge out Kerry Getz, but not Eric Koston.
So Koston is our winner in our park final today. Tony Hawk reflects on his runs today.
We saw Eric Koston dominate the street event, and it was obvious just by the stuff that he's throwing. I mean, the tricks that he considers basic are ones that a lot of other guys have difficulty doing. A trick like a kickflip nose slide on the box, I mean, he came on it, his nose stuck, but he could adjust for it. Most guys, everything would have to come out perfectly for them to make that trick, and he can just come into it. His board sticks a little bit, and he can just kind of lean back and keep it going and make it. And I mean, just skills like that show that he's got absolute control of his board under his feet.
The Birdman has spoken, the crowd is feeling it, and Ellis is down with our gold medal winner.
Okay, Eric Koston, what I want to know is the LA vibe and the LA Lakers got anything to do with your amazing maneuvers?
That's been my motivation mostly this summer. It's been the Lakers winning the championship. Go Lakers!
Kobe and Koston, both winners. Eric Koston, our gold medalist, and a fine skateboarding park final. And that's it for skateboarding at the X Games in 2000.
Koston, star of skateboard magazines and video. He's got something else in common with the NBAers. Eric's shoe is to skateboarding what Air Jordans are to hoops. And we should explain why we call it park, not street. Basically, because skaters felt the manufactured course wasn't reflective of true street skating. After all, you don't find transitions like these in the city. And as expected, the pure street riders like Koston stayed mostly on the upper deck, on the rails and ledges. And a quick note to remind you that the college football season kicks off tonight on ABC Sports with the Pigskin Classic. BYU takes on the defending national champs, the Florida State Seminoles, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. But for now, we're still in the alternative zone with the best of rest. Filter revives the tune, Best Things.
This Wide World of Sports update brought to you by Speed Pass. Today's way to pay. It's free from mobile.
Beyond the obvious, something that has really stood out at X2000 is progression. In every sport, across the board, athletes are throwing down outrageous new tricks. From Bob Burnquist pushing the progressive envelope with the fakie 5-0 kickflip out, to Dave Mirra having the confidence to throw the double backflip in the middle of his park run. For those who went big, here are your props.
Darren Shapiro now with likely the speedball. He'll need it after the bobble. He goes, he gets it. Darren Shapiro is going to walk. That is insane. Tommy Cloud's going to use it to his advantage.
35 feet, folks. Tommy! Oh!
Fabiola, nice!
There's the flat spin. Wow. Unbelievable.
X Games gold.
What was that? 3 bar spins.
Eito Yashitoko. 1080 flat and he stays on his feet. Wow. Super technical burly tricks.
Bucky Lasek.
Yes! Oh, man! That is the mark of a champion!
Travis Pastrana.
No! What was that? It's what he calls a Wilma. He told us to look out for it.
Blazing in the red and yellow.
Oh my God! Are you serious?
Look for the double loop. In the box. There it is. Oh, double loop.
Now, just like Tommy Clowers raised the bar and step up a best ever 35 feet, the bar has been raised for all of these athletes. Last year's X Games women's speed climbing record broken 10 times this week. Bucky pulling out the highest ever X Games vert score. And on and on. Goals to be reached in the upcoming college football season as well. Tune in to ABC tomorrow at 2:30 Eastern as the USC Trojans take on Penn State in the Kickoff Classic.
Mira, Miron, Hoffman, calmly breaking the bony little fingers of gravity. The final run of Bike Stunt Vert.
Welcome back to the pier. Here's our current leaderboard. We've got quite a battle going on between Bestrick and Mira. Currently, Dave sitting in second place. We are set to kick off run number 2. But in the meantime, we send you on the deck with Lee Ramsdale and Dave.
Dave, you came out, you blew the socks off everybody, and then Jamie, he went up and just, one-upped it one.
He rode smooth. It's great. It's good to see him out there pushing it. I was really psyched with my run. Got another run, and I'll see what's happening. I got some plans, and hopefully if it all works out, we'll see. He's riding good. Matt's riding good. Dennis, it's kind of weird. I sketched a little bit, but,
Eye of the tiger, buddy. Eye of the tiger.
Oh, well.
All right, thanks, Dave.
I love my country. The beast part came from just going for it. It's a fun nickname, but I don't want people to think I'm a mean guy, because I'm certainly not.
We got some Beast fans out in the crowd. Somebody sporting one of Jay's action figures, one of the new toys out on the market. He had a pretty solid first run. He started off with a bang. Then he had some problems there halfway through. Will we see the Beast unleashed right here? And once again, the crowd all wondering, are we going to see that 540 tail whip?
Man, I just love watching this guy ride. Always on. He just pushes it like crazy. Big Superman there. No footer one-hander for Jay.
Oh, man.
Oh, gosh, Jay going down hard. Moving just a little bit, though. Finest medical staff in the world right now checking him out. Unfortunately, this is part of our sport. Yeah, that's good to see. He's up and wobbling off with some help.
Steve, that's one of the truly great things about these fans. As much as they want to come out here and see the big tricks, they definitely want to see these guys walk away, especially when something like this happens.
Absolutely, and you can hear him mumbling a little bit there, talking. He looks to be okay. Right here on the crash. Ooh, look, watch his foot, actually. I think he clipped his seat. Let's watch it close. Watch his right foot on the second rotation. Yep, clipping the foot on his seat. Can't get his feet underneath him. It just sends him right down hard. Ouch. And again, kids, wear the full face helmet. Skid lid is not going to cut it in this sport.
Well, you never like to see anything like this happen, but like Steve said, unfortunately, it does go with the territory. He may not realize it right now. Tough break for the Beast. Going to finish out this afternoon in 7th place. Kevin Robinson threw down hard in the first run. He tried the no-handed flare. I can almost guarantee you will see him try this again. Looks like Jamie Bestwick's giving him a few tips up there on the deck.
Yeah, those guys both residing at Woodward Camp full-time, training with each other full-time. Really gotten to be good buddies, helping themselves out. And Kevin is ready to go for it today. Whoa! Little no-hander, barely getting his hand back on.
So it looked like he had some problems finding that left side of the handlebars.
Yeah, nice smooth 540, keeping it going. Yeah, Kevin. X up to no footer. Doing it for Hoffman Bikes, his boss yet to come in the competition. The Condor himself watching Kevin. Yeah, the big 540 over the channel, landing low and just coming off the back, looping out.
Still got a good 25 seconds left on the clock. Look for him to get right back at it here. The crowd is fired up. They want to see that no-handed flare attempt again.
Coming down to 15 seconds. Jamie over there.
Get him, coach.
Yeah, there you go. Warming him up. Give him the juice, Jamie.
Oh, man. Here we go. Everybody's on their feet over there.
Yeah! Rolling straight into the regular flare, but who cares? Usually need a couple of pump airs. And the mini 540. Huge run for Kevin. Wow. Eye of the tiger.
He may be winded right now, but he's got to be psyched. His level of riding has definitely gone up a notch throughout this entire season.
Straight off the roll-in. I don't know how he gets the speed for this. Going for the flare with no pump bears to set up. Kevin Robinson just pulling it clean. That's all mental. And again, another look at the flare straight off the roll-in. Does it really high for straight off the roll-in. I don't know how he gets the speed. Incredible. And here's the big 540 over the channel early in his run. Landing pretty low, not able to hang on to it, just looping over the back.
Looks like the fall seemed to hurt him just a little bit. He got bumped down to one spot. Kevin Robinson finishing out in 6th place. One of the world's most enduring symbols, the Goodyear Blimp Eagle, has been providing these aerial pictures. Goodyear blimps travel over 100,000 miles every year, covering major sporting events. John Parker had a pretty good first run. You know, he really does have a shot right now at bringing home a medal. He's really got to step it up right here. One thing to look for, the double tail whip. He tried it the first run.
JP can pull him off. I've seen one of the smoothest double tail whips ever. This guy pulled it off earlier this summer. Going big though, huge airs for John. Yeah, back-to-back variations. And the Superman seat grab way off the bike. Little opposite air.
Oh, nosedive in that one, coming down front tire.
Keeping it going though, pumping hard, keeping his runway up there. Got to have a lot of time in the air for some of John's variations.
Looks like something's coming right here. There it is.
Oh, yeah! Landing with his foot on the peg.
Slips the pedals, hangs on.
Nice for JP.
I can just imagine how big his eyeballs were riding up towards the coping right there.
Man, his feet were just trying to find anything in sight to roll that one out. Uh-oh, look out, the no-handed 5 to finish it off.
No-handed 540 to wheelie.
Oh, vandling down the transition, and he hangs on.
Take it easy, big guy.
Well, getting a little bit lucky on those two giant moves. Barely hanging on to both of them. It'll definitely help him out in the points.
And here we go, the double tail whip, barely pulling this one off 2 times around, and freeze right there. Watch his foot right there. He's gonna go to the back peg, misses the pedal, and look how flat his tire is. There he goes, and keeping his foot on the rear peg and pulling it off. Incredible instinctual reaction for JP, and Jamie is psyched on that one.
Currently tied for 4th place. Not enough to get him a medal, but it's a good spot. Still to come, our top 3 qualifiers. 2-time champion, the Condor. 3-time champion, the Miracle Man. And our current leader, Jamie Bestwick, looking to take home his first ever X Games gold.
The X Games will return after this message and a word from our ABC stations. You're watching the X Games on ABC's Wide World of Sports.
Got a lot of static.
We are back at the pier. More bike stunt vert final continuing with run number 2. Simon Tabron's wife Pippa and his mother Denise eagerly watching right now. Her son is one spot out of a podium finish here. They're wondering if he can bring home some X Games hardware right now.
Simon's usually very consistent on the 900, going for it in the prelim, even though he was already going to make it to the final, clipping his front wheel and going down. And then again in run 1 today, going for the big 900, trying to make it happen, and not able to hang on, just flipping over just a little bit. He was up and okay, though.
Well, there's a couple guys here in this final more than capable of doing the 900. Simon's got him more wired than anybody. Definitely look for him to throw it out here in run number 2.
Yeah, Simon getting into his run in a hurry. A couple of back-to-back variations, flying nice and high.
Almost looks like he's building up speed to throw it out early. Maybe not. There's a nice 540.
Landing it smooth. You were right, Jimmy.
Oh, he gets pitched off, but he's still got 30 seconds. He looks like he's ready to go back.
He barely fell off of that, though. He landed it right side up, had the perfect spin, and rolled a little bit. I think his front wheel just slipped a little bit. He was just a little outside of his spin.
Oh, man, look, he's in a hurry, too. He's getting people out of his way. We might see that again.
I think so. I know he wants it. I haven't seen Simon crash 3 of those in a row.
No, definitely not. He's had those dialed all year long. Oh, boy.
Here we go.
Oh, Moas doesn't get it all the way around. He's like, what's going on?
Again, just a little on the under rotation. Here we go, first attempt on the 900. I thought he had this one. He's got the perfect spins, got his head cocked. He knows he's pulling this one, rolls away and just gets a little sideways and barely comes off that one. And on the second attempt, I don't think he had enough speed, trying to get it in before the buzzer, just didn't get enough rotation. And there's his wife and his mom, a little bit disappointed. They know he can pull the 900, so close today.
That's a tough break for Simon. Some days you have it, some days you don't. Gonna want to finish out in 5th place there.
Just being able to ride with Ibbett again, man. I was so stoked. There was one point I didn't even think I was going to be able to be competitive or compete anymore. For me, if I'm going to do it half-assed, I'm not going to do it.
Matt sitting in 3rd place, put down a pretty solid first run. I don't even want to think about what he's got going through his brain right now.
Tell you what, I'm a little nervous myself. Matt dropping in. He's had an incredible comeback year, taking home a title belt. Again, the World Championship. Huge 540 to start it off.
Right into a footed 5.
Yeah, Matt going wild. A couple of variations he invented right there. No hand to no footed 5. Still the only guy to pull that one off. Yeah, Matt keeping it going. All his tech variations getting thrown down right here. No-hander, 1-footer to can-can. Yeah, the swing leg, true Condor style, throwing down a million variations. Oh! And hanging on to that. Man, huge response from Matt. That's just, again, instinctual riding, not getting too messed up with a mistake, keeping it going. Little one-handed slide. Yeah, Condor winding down the clock.
With the ollie of over rotation, hangs on to it.
Another no-handed 5 in this competition. First time I've ever seen that trick pulled off. 2 guys doing it. The Condor doing a huge one. And he's going to end it with a tail up after the buzzer. Beautiful run for Matt.
I don't think he did everything he exactly wanted to do, but his wife JC's definitely stoked, and these fans are certainly stoked. They are more than happy to see the Condor back and healthy and riding like his old self again.
One of the most difficult 540 variations there is, the no hand to no footed 5. Condor pulling it early in his run.
And check this one out. He's doing a rocket air with the bar spin and catches his knee pad, barely grabbing when the bar's backwards and coming in and hanging on somehow. And here's the last one with a no-handed alley-oop 5, covering a lot of distance. Once again, a brand new trick, Bestwick and Hoffman pulling it off.
Back-to-back 540 variations for Matt, and a bar spin gone bad isn't enough to move him up any. Looks like he's going home with a bronze. We've got two guys left to right. The Miracle Man, Dave Mirra, came out early, setting the standard. And then Jamie Bestwick came right out, raised it a notch. Will Dave take home his 4th consecutive X Games vert gold, or will Jamie Bestwick keep